Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome back to Primetime Crisis. This time to talk some more Gotham, and the episode in question today is called Beware the Green-Eyed Monster. And
really?
Yep, that's the name of this episode.
This week on Gotham, if you want interesting plots, they don't got them.
Eric is real excited to talk about this episode.
Oh, this episode was
already
so
tell.
disappointing.
It was kind of a letdown, yep.
With
mostly
much every plot line.
You think every plot line? Even the Riddler thing?
Penguin stuff's alright.
Yeah, but I know you wanted them to actually get together, or... I mean, that was probably impossible once he killed his girlfriend.
Yeah, I want them to still be friends or something. I don't know.
And I thought it had the chance to still go that way. Where it was like, he's so insane that their friendship...
He has a certificate.
But that he's so actually insane that that their friendship transcends even the murder of his girlfriend, and that he understands why he did it, even though I expected it to end with and this would have been so this show and so hilarious. If it had been look, it's gonna take me some time to get over this, but I think we can get past it.
Well, and he hugs him and he's like, just remember, you're my best friend?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay,
remember that. Maybe
it's going to be like a double reversal or something like that, and I don't know. I'm not super...
It's just a whole lot of revenge.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a whole lot of revenge right after this.
Yeah,
because now we're going to have Falcone going after Gordon, and...
The Penguin and Riddler stuff was the best stuff this episode. Barbara's great.
Yeah, yeah, which is a thing you never thought you'd say. Back in the first season, boy, you never thought you'd say that.
No, not until this season.
And all that fashion sense that Lee has been missing went to Barbara, right?
Yep.
Those gloves are fantastic. I don't know what it is with me and gloves. I get excited about gloves, but those were some really cool gloves.
I don't know, Lee looked good at the end.
She looked good at the end, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, that was us talking about Gotham this week. Thanks for watching. So, I don't know. I don't think... It's all just where things end up, right? Because the first 10 minutes or so, we were enjoying this on exactly the same level we were last week. Let's give it that. We were still laughing a lot and really enjoying ourselves.
This episode just felt tedious by the end. That's really my big takeaway.
Well, again, I think a lot of it is just where things ended up wrapping up, right?
Yeah.
Because, I was on board with the Bruce Wayne Talon stuff until until Selina's mother shows up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm totally with you on that. I'm like, oh, this could get meticulous and irritating.
That stuff was fun. I enjoyed the fight with the Talon. I really liked that.
It looked really good. And Alfred is always the best thing in action scenes.
So what I think we've discovered is that Alfred is Batman, Bruce is Robin, and Selina's Batgirl? Is that what we learned this episode?
That's fair. Yeah, sure.
I like that stuff.
Sure, and Gordon is the Huntress? Or something?
I continue to like Selina and Bruce. That's fun. But yeah, that ending where that woman shows up and I was like, don't be your mom, don't be your mom, she's my mom.
He said that.
I said it out loud. I was like, no, don't be your mom, don't be your mom. And she just goes, she's my mom. And I
wish somehow or rather it could have been Michelle Pfeiffer, because it looks like her in the face a little bit.
This feels so soap opera. I think that's the problem, is all of these plots ended and they feel soap opera.
But the problem isn't that it's soap opera, it's that it's predictable by the numbers TV soap opera like we were getting last season when we knew what the heck was going on.
Yeah.
You still have to give it that it's straightforward storytelling, and I still know what the heck is going on, but it took a turn this episode that I think we could recover from. Yeah. I want to think we could recover from.
This episode isn't the end of the series, but I just...
But I see why you're so down. I mean, look at him. He's so down. I see why you're so down, because you called last episode your favorite episode of the season.
Yeah, it was so much fun. This episode is my least favorite episode of the season. Hands down, I think this is the worst episode of the season.
When we started getting into all the Mario Blood stuff and everything, I thought that could get fun and crazy, and it didn't. And I just didn't
care. It is not a plot to release the toxin into the city, or at least not yet. Like, Jarvis Tetch might still do that, but...
I do like that he's behind everything.
I like that. I love his hat.
Oh, that's great.
I loved the rhyming. I loved...
Yeah, Gordon that's
was
the thing the first 10 minutes of this is just an extension of last episode.
Yeah. I love that Gordon rhymed at him, and he couldn't help but rhyme back.
And he couldn't stop doing it. That was so much fun.
No, that was great. That was so good.
It's hysterical. No, I'm reeling over that last scene.
It's awful.
Because and we've got to talk about that horrendous scene with her in the wedding dress talking to Gordon.
I have things to say about that scene.
It's real rough. It's rough in like 4 different ways when like especially technical stuff. It's awful. But like when you get to the end and you're just looking at the future of where we're gonna have to go after this. Okay, so she thinks that he just came in and murdered him, and it was just a jealous rage, and Falcone's gonna think the same thing, and like at least it's not. I know what they're doing. Like I want to give this a little bit of credit. I think I know what they're doing.
Well, the cops are gonna be on his side.
Well, but character-wise, I think I know what they're doing. I think what they're doing is they're forcing him in a position where he's still having to pay for all of his crazed lunacy from last season, where he still looks like he's going over the line and going too far, when that really was a situation where he was trying to defend someone. Any cop in that situation would have shot him. Mm-hmm. But no one else was there. There are no witnesses. So it's going to look like he just did something in a jealous rage, and it was all emotional. And last season, he might have done that, but he has come past that. But because he got to that place and people... and he has a reputation for that, he's going to have a hard time getting past it now. So I see what they're doing, but I don't want that confrontation with Lee. I don't want to have to sit through that.
No.
I'm glad... Here's the thing. I know you were hoping Lee would die, and you thought that might happen.
Well, the second they got married, I'm like, no, she's dead.
You were, because we keep saying she's one of the writer out of the shows kind of... So I don't mean, like, in a like malevolent, sadistic way. We hate this character. We want her to die, but she's a character. It's time to write out.
Yeah, she's not Kira.
First season Kira. He's 9 episodes. Yes, 9.
Yeah. I mean, well, and then she got married. I'm like, oh, she's gonna die. They're not gonna widow her. She's gonna die, and I was wrong.
I didn't have a prediction. I wasn't sure where they'd go with it, but. And it's funny because this is kind of the predictable thing to do. You didn't predict it because you were giving the show some credit because it's been really good this season.
Yeah, no,
that's totally fair. I mean... I wish that's what they'd done.
This is the ending.
On the other hand, I'm glad Mario's dead because I didn't care about that guy.
Yeah, and even as he got crazier, like, he didn't get better. It wasn't like Barnes. You're like, this is why you're here.
We actually liked Barnes more when he went insane. I mean, I think we appreciated sane Barnes more after we saw lunatic Barnes.
Yeah. That ending is just, it's a soap opera ending. He shoots him, and the knife just falls. She didn't hear it clatter around. It just falls just off screen.
I mean, it could go in a direction we're not expecting. She could be like, oh, a knife.
If this show has...
But they do the slow motion, like... and you just, after the argument they have earlier, I feel like I know where that's going.
Yeah, it should just be... Like, the next episode should open, he should walk up on that deck, she should start yelling at him, and he goes, look, a knife.
Yeah.
Because it just fell right off. It's on the rocks.
Yeah, explain
right
that.
There.
Tell me he wasn't going to do something to you.
Yeah. That's where it should go. But it's not going to. Because they need to stretch this out, I guess.
Did we ever explain how exactly he faked the test? I mean, he got past... the blood test.
They must have because
he's dead now, and we just watched it.
Well, no. They must have because the cops all realize, and they put out an APB.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. They Lucius figured something out. I don't remember what it was.
It's a little telling, and we might have accidentally talked over something, but it's a little telling if. That they didn't make that explicit enough, I think, potentially, because they make that a big mystery. Like at commercial break, you even looked at me and you were like, hey, we had a conversation about it, and you were like, how could he possibly fake that?
Yeah,
it's in his bloodstream. What would he do that would make it so that they can't find Tetch's blood in his system? And then if they actually tell us what it is, you'd think that'd be a big deal, and I don't remember them doing that.
Yeah, like it's
or
just...
what exactly it was.
Like he's like, you figured out how to beat the test. It's not... Okay, one, it's not like a school test. There's no cheating. And it's not like...
Well, it's not like a thing like that isn't possible.
Well, but it's not like a urine test.
If you know
where they put you in a bathroom and there are ways around it, like you bring somebody else's urine, like there are ways around those kinds of tests.
Well, I mean, I would assume...
He was in the room, he took it from his vein. Like, how you cheat that?
Well, and remember, we've got, and this is one of my least favorite things about this episode, we have the big, silly, convoluted master manipulation plot where everything that happens, he planned to happen and knew exactly how everyone would react to everything. And he's like, oh, he wanted me at the church right now. And I'm like, really? So I think that might have all started, and doesn't Gordon even say something about this? Am I wrong? That it all starts with him wanting his blood to be taken, and... So, like, he might have... So, he had to have known that was going to happen.
Yeah, the whole thing is that...
So, however he did it...
He takes Jim out and writes Arkham on his hand.
Yeah.
So that Jim will go to Arkham, get told that it's Mario, then go get Mario, it's a false negative, and then he'll go to Lee?
Yeah.
And he'll seem crazy?
That's his whole big master plan.
There are certain things you can do to cheat biological tests, kind of, but I've never heard of anything that gives you a false negative, only false positives. The big one is, they always talk about, you don't eat anything with poppy seeds before you have to go, do a drug test, because it'll read as opium in your system, and, things like that. I've only heard of things that give you false positives. If throughout this episode, I don't know, he was eating something, or he was doing something different, that... we could say, okay, well, for some reason, that masks it. Always eating pistachios. Masks.
Yeah.
Something. He didn't change his habits. Well, I don't know everything, but this seems real contrived to me.
I know this is Gotham, and I give it more leeway on things like that, because, that's why I somewhat hesitate with your saying the problem is that it's soap opera. I feel like it's the brand of soap opera it is. This is a soap opera, and, with the way they've played some of the Penguin Riddler stuff, that is really soap opera. We've enjoyed it for its soap opera-ness.
But it knows it. And that's the thing is, I think here they think it's genuine drama.
Are we supposed to actually be taken in by this drama, or are we supposed to be laughing at it or enjoying it as melodrama? And I'm back to, at the very least, not knowing. And that's problematic.
Let's talk about the church scene.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, Gordon comes to Lee, says... It says the plot of the episode. This is what's going on. And she gives the worst either or ever, because Lee never has anything to say. She says, what's more
usually
probable?
The cliches.
Yeah, what's more probable? Tetch is in your head again, or Mario got Alice's virus? I was like... About the same!
Well, and that's one of the things I was going to say about Mario, and again, that's where I was going with that, and this is related to what you're saying, but the questioning of how melodramatic is this supposed to be? Well, Mario is acting different. And no one's picking up on that. And so if it's not the blood, it's got to be something. He's sitting in that office acting like a crazy person, and I'm like... Why is no one saying, even if you don't have Tetch's blood in your system, you should go see a psychiatrist, because you're not acting like Mario, whatever his last name is supposed to be.
Falcone.
Calvi.
Oh, that's right, it's different.
Yeah.
I just, that either or should have been...
Yeah.
What's more likely? You're finally realizing that you messed up and that you lost me? Or that... there's a master plan in place that brings us to just this moment. Like, something like that.
Well, and he's acting a lot stupider than he has this season in that scene where he goes off the rails and is like, oh, he thought this would happen here, and then it would make me go to this place, and then this thing. And, like, yes, that's what's happening somehow, but, like, you wouldn't tell her that because she doesn't believe you and you already look like a crazy, stupid person. And then she's right when she says he's playing a card. When she's like, oh, and then you play this.
Well, I'll get to that because I have things about that.
Yeah.
But he's acting like he just got through the plot of a Die Hard movie. Like, he has just been through the ringer and he's not thinking, and, like, he's going a little crazy where he's like, oh, this is what's like, he's acting like he just had the worst day.
And like he just put together things the audience has put together because he's not in his right mind, but we are. That's not what's going on.
And this is a regular Sunday in Gotham. Like, he has been through worse.
A lot worse. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be worse because it's personal and emotional, but he's been through a lot of personal stuff lately. I mean, like, all that stuff with Tetch was he should be ready for something like this in a way he never has been before.
Okay, so then he says, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, don't leave, don't marry him, be with me, this whole thing. Now, first of all, her reaction, there's so many things wrong with this. So, her reaction, first of all, she just made out with him last episode.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Why doesn't that come up? It would be stupid, but at least say, like, that was just goodbye, or, like, something. Like, she doesn't even mention it. It's like it's like the writers forgot it happened.
He should mention it, too. He should be like, clearly you still have feelings for me.
Yeah. And there's nothing. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so that's one problem.
You have somehow given this a lot more thought.
The other problem is much worse, which is one of two things should happen in that scene, and neither of them do. One is, when he says, I love you, that should be the moment where she goes, I know how much you care about me, and that you would not pull this card unless you really believed it. She should see he is saying that to upset her because he genuinely believes what he's saying. And that should be a tell.
But he does look desperate.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's super, super melodramatic, even for the show, but, like, he does look really desperate. Like if looking at it from her shoes, I can kind of see why she's not believing him and thinks that that's just a desperate, like, last-ditch move.
And, well, but that's what it is, but, like, okay, I feel like it should have gone one of two ways. Either one way she realizes that he really does care, and maybe there is something to this, because it's Gotham. Like, that should have been the moment that he...
But why does his caring change the facts for her?
Because he...
You see what I'm saying?
Because he respects her...
Slice it, that's what he would say.
Because he respects her enough to not do that. He wouldn't do that unless it really mattered. Like, it should either be that, or it should have been... I don't know, like the way I thought she was going to take it was, okay, you do still love me, and you came here with this story as a way to break us up, and like that's what I thought, because that's the more obvious, like, soap opera-y thing is like, oh, okay, you do still love me, and this story is like silly or whatever. Her reaction wasn't either of those. And I didn't buy it. Like, I don't know. I
kind
thought
of was
she
the second thing. It was just, like, really angry.
Well, but she didn't not believe the first thing anymore. Like, she still thinks he believes it. I don't know. I thought that scene was going to go one of two ways, and it didn't go either. And it just kind of, it was just her being angry and slapping him.
Yeah, my issue is much more Gordon in that scene because she is
an enigma.
Yeah, and she often doesn't make a lot of sense, and when she seems to, like, she's either just a walking cliche, or, well, no, she's always a walking cliche, because I was going to say, it's either she's spouting cliches, or she's doing cliche soap opera things. Well, either way, she's a walking cliche, or a walking penguin, and that scene would have been much better if she had a really, really bad wedding dress.
We were so disappointed that she had a normal wedding dress.
I mean, those straps are kind of stupid, but...
Well, but that's a modern wedding dress. There's things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I could see someone wearing that.
I wasn't losing my mind over the straps. Yeah. But anyway, when my deal was much more on Gordon's side. Why doesn't he try to prove it? Like the scene is working overtime. Like we both think that scene is really poorly written, and that these characters are, at least Gordon is out of character, and that she's not doing what a normal person would in that scene. But I think for different reasons. Like for me, it's why don't you point at your forehead and be like, he did this to me.
Yeah.
You know, that's Mario who did that.
Yeah.
And I mean, she doesn't have to believe him, but like, and yes, it's Gotham, and something else could have happened, but like, he's got, I don't mean he has hard and fast proof, but he's got things he can go to.
Yeah.
There is a narrative, you know? He can tell her more about, I don't remember how much about the Tetch stuff he mentions. Like,
well, he mentions he goes to
that
Tetch.
he went there? Oh,
yes.
okay.
Because that's why she's like, Tetch is playing you.
Oh, that's right, because she's like, well, that's not a reliable source. And I'm like, well, no, but how else would it have gotten there? But then you don't think that the blood is there in the first place.
Well, and then, okay, so Gotham's always about time.
Yeah. You mean like how long things pass? Like
how long is it?
Much time
because
has passed.
We have wedding, cut to, oh no, Mario has the virus, put out an APB, cut to, they're hidden away on, like, why didn't anybody go to the wedding? Why didn't anybody call? Like, they just leave. Like, how much time passed?
Yeah.
They put on an APB.
Yeah, I can't remember what the timeline was, but was that before the wedding happened? Because there's like 300, 500 people there.
No, I think it's the wedding, and then, like, the next scene is the blood thing. Like, how much longer after the wedding was that? Because I got the impression it was the same time as the wedding. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess they had time to get in a car and go to wherever that is, and I'm fuzzy on whether that's in Gotham or outside of Gotham.
It's got to be just outside of Gotham.
I assume it's just outside.
Because Gordon drives there.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a good point.
You know, that was a great scene, when he goes and he talks to Falcone.
Yeah.
And he's... I mean, it's a scene from Under the Red Hood, right? Where he's like, I got these guys. And he's like...
Oh, yeah. It kind of was
well,
that.
not these guys.
It cracks me up that Falcone is still Falcone. Like, even after all this time that he's been in hiding and just enjoying his retirement, he's still Falcone. You take out these two goons of his, and he's like, all right, just don't kill him. And then he kills him.
Yeah, it doesn't faze him at all. It's great. And I love that Gordon just immediately goes to shooting the two goons. Also, does he only have two goons?
I guess he only has two goons. It's a really good point.
Oh, like, why wasn't Falcone like, well, I wasn't going to send these guys?
Yeah, because he's like, I'll send my men. And Gordon's like, these men? What would have been really great, and I would not put this past Gotham, he shoots them, he's like, these guys? And then Falcone goes, no, I've got like 16 other guys.
Yeah. And there are some good lines like that in this episode.
Yeah.
That are... Barbara's great. Like, she has a couple of lines like that, where she...
And I'm genuinely interested in seeing her try to take over the city. I'm kind of surprised by that. Too. But I think that we're... Like, I did not care about the war it seemed like we were building toward that I thought would go longer than an episode with Fish Mooney and Penguin. But Penguin versus Barbara, I'm on board for that.
Yeah. It does feel like the show has forgotten that Penguin's the mayor.
Yeah.
Like the way they keep talking about it just seems like he's the mob boss
He's
again.
a crime boss, yeah. I mean, it's kind of fun that he's running the city that way, but there's been no discussion of how the politics have changed.
Yeah.
There's been no discussion of, like whether things have gotten better or worse since he's been the mayor. I mean, like, there's a part of me that wants him to be really good at being the mayor.
Yeah,
you know?
because
I want to be Mojo Jojo, where, like, if he took over the city, like he is evil and corrupt and bad, but if things actually would get better under his rule, but at what cost?
Well,
that's what I want to be.
Yeah. Well, it would be he is able to make things better because he's able to go outside the law and do it. He'll kill the guy that's doing something wrong in the city.
Yeah, and he's consistent about it.
Yeah, but we haven't done anything with it. It's been all the Isabella plot
and the Riddler stuff.
This wasn't a great episode. And wow, that title. That's a bad title.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a really... Does he even have green eyes?
If he does, I didn't notice them. Yeah.
That's a real bad title.
I kind of thought we were going to get Barnes back because of the teaser.
I think they did that last episode. You thought that last episode.
No, his name was in the credits, and that was weird. It still said Michael Chiklis in the credits, and that's why I thought that last time. But they might have shown that footage. I can't remember. But this time they show the footage in the recap, and I kind of thought
there's
he
a
would
good
come back,
gag
but
about
he didn't. Yeah. That
Gordon says something about sitting comfortably in jail, and he's like getting as comfortable with Barnes yelling guilty all night.
Yeah, he's talking about Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
That was a great.
He's
bit.
still great.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna get out soon and wreak havoc and do things.
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of exciting. What I am expecting...
He made a hat out of newspaper.
Yeah, is great. What I'm expecting is that he infected more than those two people.
Yeah, me too. Because that's kind of how it sounds when he's talking, where like, it seems like he infected a bunch of people, and they're all just kind of waiting to go off.
The question, of course, is... what's with the difference in the incubation periods? Like, did he inject Barnes quite a bit earlier?
Well, he didn't inject Barnes. The blood falls in his eye.
That's right. I forgot about that. See, he half acts like he planned that, but he didn't.
But it should be at the same time, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Because that's...
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said inject. That's right. The blood fell from her directly. But
wait, hold on. I'm trying to piece together a timeline. Do we have more plot with him after Alice dies? Is that when he goes and kidnaps...
I think so.
Okay.
Well, then that makes sense.
Yeah. So he got injected a little bit later.
Like a week or two later, or however long it is. Because I can't keep
Could
up
be
with
months.
The timeline in this show. Yeah.
I mean, 3 years could have... 4 years could have passed since the beginning of the season. By the end of the season, Penguin could be up for, like, re-election. Like, we don't know.
And Bruce Wayne might be 20 years old and just not aging very, very normally.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else we should talk about with this episode?
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, they finally use the owl key, and there's a crystal owl.
And then we don't know what that's for yet, and what the point
Did they
is.
try breaking it to see if there's a bigger key inside
I gotta complain about this. I didn't understand the whole tightrope thing. Where Alfred is training Bruce to walk across the tightrope. Because they think... Like, it's pretty lucky that they have any sense of how they would have to get across to get that thing, right? Like, they wouldn't know. Like... Selina even had exposition in case the audience is stupid for what the lasers are on the floor. Mm-hmm. So it's like somehow he knows that the lasers would just be on the floor and not all over the room. Like the tightrope isn't going to help you. How would you know that you wouldn't need to go through the ceiling, or that you wouldn't need to go through like a vent on the other side or something? Like, how do you know you're going to use this? I thought they were going to use it to go across buildings.
Yeah, me too.
When they start talking about that.
And they're on the top of a building.
Yeah,
he's got the crossbow.
And he's like, I've only... Or did they use it to do that also and it was off screen? That's what I'm confused about.
No.
Because it seems like he's going to fall to his death if he doesn't make it. Mm-hmm. Because Alfred is like, well, you only managed it 3 out of 20 times. And then Bruce was like, I can do it, I've done it. And he's like, well, you've only done it 3 out of 20 times, and it's too dangerous, I don't want you to do it. First of all, why did he drive him there? I don't understand that, because they don't know Selina's going to show up. It's a big surprise. She shows up, and she's like, I can do it. And they're like, okay, we'll let her do it. And then I was like, wait, Alfred trusts that she won't fall to her death? And then later it was like, oh, okay, you just mean to get across the room to get to the thing you're going to use the key for. But did something happen off screen where they actually did go across buildings? That's what I was confused about.
I don't know.
And I still don't understand why Alfred would take him there, because they're just sitting, like, this is so goofy. They're just sitting outside the thing with Alfred going, I'm not going to let you go in. But he trained him to do it, and he also brought him all the supplies. So, like, he's not having second thoughts. He's just like, you're not prepared to do this yet. It's not like Bruce forced him to go. I'm very confused about that scene. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, and then it doesn't...
Good thing Selina shows up.
And then when they fire it, it's not like it also, like, goes to the other wall. Bruce is holding it.
Yeah.
He's supporting her weight on a rope.
And I was with you. I didn't buy that.
That's impossible. Like, maybe full-grown Batman, not a kid.
Yeah.
I don't think I could
full-grown, totally trained, lifts weights and does push-ups every day for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, that was a little far even for this show.
Now, I will say, like, aesthetics and iconography kind of fun. We get to see something associated with Bruce Wayne for the first time with grappling hooks. That's I guess kind of fun.
Well, and
we get to see Selina breaking something. Or I was going to say breaking something out. Doing a robbery.
Yeah.
And I want to say this is the first time we've seen a. Maybe it's not, but I can't remember if it's the first time we've seen kind of a full-blown Catwoman theft scheme.
I think it's the first. Obviously, she steals things all the time, but I think like on this scale of like the actual like cat burglar kind of a thing.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I mean, I liked getting to see all that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, there's things about this episode I enjoyed while I was watching,
all the time.
But by the time I got to the end of it, I was just like,
It's just where the threads went. It's not even. It wasn't even the journey getting there for most of it.
Yeah, because I liked the Bruce Selina stuff, and then Selina's mom, and I was like, And I'm writing next episode.
Maybe that'll be okay. I don't know. And I feel that way about all this stuff. Like they could turn it around for me.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't fix
just where we're left right now.
So we've never had a good scene with Lee in the entire run of the series.
I'm gonna agree with that.
But I was just speaking hyperbolically, but I might be right.
You might be right.
We've never had a good scene with Lee in the entire series, so I'm not expecting anything with her to actually get better. But
I mean, early on, she had some okay stuff.
But
I never hated her. I just
not until
her
the season.
Dialogue writing a lot. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Everything else got better. She got worse.
And we keep talking about how the female characters have gotten better,
except for her.
Yeah.
For me to be okay with this plot, because nothing's ever going to make sense for her with her. But for me to be okay with this plot, all that has to happen is next episode has to open, and he goes, "There's a knife there,"
and then it's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she has to be reasonable after that.
Yeah, I don't think that's what they're going to do.
I don't either. I'm with you. She had to have heard a clank. I mean, I'm with you.
Yeah, two, because it hits the deck and then hits the rocks,
and we see it all happen in slow motion. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be it for us today. Somewhat of a downer for us this time.
Yeah.
We've been really enjoying this show.
Yeah.
But hopefully it picks up next time, and we'll talk to you and give you our verdict on it next time. Leave your comments if you saw this episode, and let us know if you feel the same way we do. If this one dragged the season down right now, anyway. You know what our
verdict was for this episode.
Guilty. And in the meantime, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
And thanks again for watching.